Hello, this is John McAllister with the John McAllister Report. Today we're going to go to around the state and I'm going to visit with a recruit, a young high school football player over in Painesville Harvey High School. Shahn Austin is only going to be a sophomore. He's in the 26th class, 5'10", 200-pound running back. And he shared the position last year, the running game last year, and he himself had over almost 700 yards on 62 carries. I met him in the spring. I liked him. Great kid. Then I watched his highlight film, and he's a very good football prospect. Also has, I believe, 6 offers. You know, they're not committable yet, but at least people are starting to like him and know about him. Sit back and watch my podcast with running back Shahn Austin. Like I said earlier, my guest is Shahn Austin from Painesville Harvey High School, and that's a trip for me, but I still enjoyed going there. Shahn, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm well. I talked to you, and you said you're really into training now and trying to get focused on the season. Okay,
Yes, sir.
how often do you train?
Around 5 times a week. I like
Yeah.
to get at least 2 days of rest, let my body recover. But just getting more footwork done, explosive work. Not really trying to lift like the heaviest weight, but just to maintain and keep getting more bigger, stronger, faster.
Okay. That's tremendous because I see all these guys lifting all this weight and all it doesn't, really you need to be working on flexibility now and stuff.
Yeah.
Maintain your strength. But okay, end of sermon. What made you decide to be a football player?
Well, actually, I started football when I was 5 years old. It's just always been a love of mine, just watching it from TV and stuff. But actually, my first love was basketball. But I realized like my size is not really realistic to make it to like the pros and stuff. So I just started working on football, and over time, the love for the game just kept growing and growing. So now it's just a part of me now.
So can you school me at point guard or where would you beat me at? Point guard?
Yeah, I played point guard.
Are you
I
a
played
dip
basketball.
off guy? Are you a dip off or are you a shooter?
I'm more of a finisher, defender.
Okay. Oh man, as soon as you say defender, I know you can't shoot. Okay, football is good. What do you think are the keys to your success so far?
The key to my success is continuing getting uh, more speed and more explosive, like you said. Continuing to be physical, continuing to work out and make sure my body's healthy, and just continuing to grow at like mature. And yeah,
That's good. That's really good. We talked about you were a basketball guy. What about any other sports you play?
yeah, I run track, but this season I couldn't because I strained my hamstring during the springtime, so I just recovered from that. But I'll be doing track next year.
But the trouble with hamstrings and stuff, they don't heal overnight,
Yeah,
and then you're running the anchor on the 4x1, all of a sudden you pop it or something.
yeah,
You're right. And track guys I've coached both sports, and track guys are a different breed too.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And they
yeah.
should be. Okay. Anybody in your life that's kind of giving you a boost? Now, you're only going to be a sophomore, so
Mhm,
your experiences are more junior high and freshman. But
mhm.
anybody kind of been a boost to you so far?
Well, yeah, of course, my dad. My dad gives me like all the advice, all everything I need to know. He's been teaching me how to play football and training me since I was a little kid. But also, I have like a couple, like Rick Coleman Jr. He also gave me a lot of advice. He goes to Cornell now, but he gave me a lot of advice about the game. So Those
Uh,
are
he's a
two.
good guy. He's a good guy, isn't he? He's going to Cornell and coming from a little school. I'm not a little school, but Cornell. That's all those Ivy guys and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's really neat. He does that. Okay, let's talk about I have silly questions, and here's the first one. If you could hang out with somebody for one day, hang out with a sports, entertainment, political, if anybody for one day, who would it be and why? Or
Probably
or change places with them. Okay, who would it be?
I've always looked up to LeBron James, coming from like he's not too far from here. He's Akron, about an hour away. He's a good guy, great role model, does everything right, does stuff for his community, and just a good guy all around. So probably
All
LeBron.
you Cleveland guys say LeBron James. Boy, Akron, Cleveland guys, you all answer the same. But
Yeah,
no,
'cause I
that's
feel
really
like it's
good.
just because like he's just like he grew up like right next to us, so like he's just somebody
Yeah,
we can like look up to.
right. Yeah. And he's really, really good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about football now. And tell me, I think it's important, and I haven't spent much time on this. You're a 5'10", 200-pound running back, started as a freshman at Painesville at Harvey. And tell me about how many yards did you get last year? Do you remember?
It was around 690 off of like 62 carries. We were running a split back formation with another running back named Blaze Collins. He is a senior running back that just committed to Gannon. So we were splitting carries in the split backfield.
Well, 62 carries and almost 700 yards. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay, what are your strengths as a football player?
Some of my strengths as a football player, I'd say I'm very physical. I don't shy away from contact. I feel like I have great vision. I feel like I'm patient. And also, I feel like I'm just a student of the game. Like, I know the game really well. I feel like I have high IQ. So those are some of my strengths.
What else? Give me one more.
I
You
also
play
say
with,
I
play
feel
with
like
emotion, don't you? You play
most.
with emotion.
I feel like I'm a leader too. I feel like I can just point people in the right direction, get people to work, and just make my team all around better.
It's really good. When I saw you at that combine or that showcase, that's one of the things I took away by just things that you said. I think only going to be a sophomore, I think your leadership skills are pretty good. I mean, people like you and you
Hmm.
talk to people and stuff like that. And that's really good. You have a chance to be really, really good. Okay. Here's what I see. I see that you have quick feet inside, you have burst, yeah, you have a burst through the middle, but you don't really have a burst yet at the end, and you may never have one, but you run well enough. You're a 4.6 guy every time. Right
Hmm.
now, you run it, you're going to be in a 4.6s, maybe a 4.5, maybe, but I mean, consistently at your age and size, that's good. That's
Hmm.
really good. And I think the other thing is you have good vision, like you said. When I watch you run through the line, I think you just have a natural instinct of planting and going, planting and going, planting your feet and
Hmm.
then going, changing direction. And I think you have do a good job of that. And the other thing I think is that you run with anger. You run with emotion. Okay.
Hmm.
Run, and when I say anger, that's not a bad thing at all. You just run with toughness and anger. And I think
Hmm.
that's really good. Well, and then the last thing, the positive thing is that I know this is silly, but one of the things I watch with ball carriers, you change the ball from arm to arm.
Yeah, that's actually something my dad instilled in me. Like even when like I was at the house, like he would just tell me to just switch the balls over and over again. So it just came a habit.
Now, some guy tried to tell me they don't teach that anymore. Yes, they do. Because if
Yeah.
you got that ball on the inside and you get hit there, that's helmet on arm and football.
Yeah.
On the other side, it's helmet on body.
Hmm.
Maybe. Oh, your dad, that's a great. I look for that and you do it naturally. And I think that means to me, you're a ball carrier.
Hmm.
Because the normal guys that aren't ball carriers, they just run and they
Yeah.
don't think of that stuff. What do you have to work on?
Of course, getting stronger, faster, bigger, but also like I said earlier, explosiveness and burst. I
Yeah.
feel like I can also get better at everything, but explosiveness and burst, of course. Keep working on my quickness,
And
my
you also
feet technique.
play linebacker or come off the edge, and your burst and speed is really evident there. In that
Mhm.
10 yards you run, that's pretty good speed now. You know, when you're running, now you're going from A to Z, not getting touched, but you get after it now.
Mhm.
Okay, let's get away from that silly football stuff. Let's talk about you. No, I told you earlier, I think your ceiling's really, really high. Okay, high, and you're just being a puppy yet. Okay, it, we talked about let's talk about film study. You look at much film.
Yeah, of course. So I already actually started watching film on our first game, but I watch film throughout the week on game weeks, seeing like the coverages they're in, like how many D linemen is on the field at the time, how many linebackers they play, how they play the linebackers. So yeah,
Yeah,
film study. Like if you already know what the team's gonna do, it's easier to play the team.
right,
So
and find out how tough that linebacker is, because a
yeah.
lot of parties aren't always that tough. And I
Hmm.
think film study, and I tell this to everybody, when I was a young coach, all we had were 16 millimeter and 8 millimeter. Now I can, in 3 minutes, get you on my phone right here.
Yeah.
Amazing. Study film all you can. We talked about school. You said your GPAs are 3.5,
Yes, sir.
close. Well,
Yeah.
anything interest you in studying? Like, what are you going to study in college? It's a long ways away, but anything now that interests you?
Oh, I haven't really thought of it, but I always like engineering. Engineering was always uh
That's really good. That's really good. We talked about, here's my second silly question. Okay. What is one talent that you don't have, you'd like to have, and you'll never be able to get it? What's one talent?
this is actually a silly answer to that, but I've always wanted to play the piano. Piano is something I always wanted to do. It's just like I have a couple of friends that know how to play it, but
Shoot,
I
I bet
tried,
you
I
can,
tried, I
man.
tried it. It never
I
works.
I bet you can. I tell one of my friends who was one of the toughest football players on our team, he played the organ.
Yeah.
We call him the organ grinder. He played the organ. And
Yeah.
I bet he was really, really tough, but he loved to play the organ. Silly. That's a funny thing. Okay, energy is huge. Energy is always, I have energy. Doing
Mhm.
this interview, I build up energy. What kind of energy as a sophomore are you going to bring to the team this year?
Oh, I'm gonna make sure my team is always ready, like in the
How do you
game
do that?
times.
How do you do that?
Oh, in the locker room, I always try to get them hyped, listen to maybe a song or something, jump around a little bit, because I feel like more energy you have, the better you play. So off the field, I'm like more of a laid back, but like when it's time to go out on the field, I bring the energy.
What happens across the white lines? What energy will you bring then?
Just I just try to get aggressive, get in my teammates' face, try to hype them up as much as I can, and see where it goes from there.
That's really good. Okay, was there ever it's early for you, but was there ever a time when the switch came on when you said, "Man, I gotta kick it in gear"? I'm sure when I talk to you in 2 years, there will be some more. But was there ever a time? I mean, you're a puny little freshman out there running that football and be doing really well. Was there ever a time when the light came on for you?
Yeah, it was actually against Cheney High School, Youngstown Cheney. It was around because they were a good team. They had a couple of D1 recruits, but I got hit like bad. So like after that, I was like, it's time to go. So like that really turned me on, and after that, we just started rolling.
That's really good. That's good, Sean. Okay, two more questions and I'll be done.
Okay.
Uh, what do you hope your teammates say about you behind your back?
Hope they
What
say
do
I'm
you
a leader,
Okay.
somebody they can talk to and trust. Also, like a role model to like the smaller kids. Like even if like they don't like they're scared to talk to me, I hope like they are like not afraid to come up to me because I just want everybody to succeed. So say I'm a great guy.
Okay. And then you walk into the huddle last year, you're a freshman, and the big linemen and all those seniors look at you. What do they say to you?
Well, it's kind of funny because I've already had a great relationship with them,
Okay.
so they already accepted me. But
Okay.
I feel like Harvey's just a big family, so there's not really any judgment for real. It's just
That's
they're just
good.
welcoming.
That's really good. Okay. I come to recruit you. What is the biggest non-football quality that you have?
I feel like I'm caring. I feel like I'm very caring. Like I care about other people's feelings sometimes more than I care about my feelings. So I'll go out my way to do something for somebody else. That's
It's
probably
good.
the biggest thing.
Good. Okay. Okay, let's talk recruiting for just a second. It's
Um,
just started up for you, I'm sure. You went through the camps and then you've gotten some early offers, I think. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's really good. Give me a couple. Just rattle them off real fast.
Oh,
Offer.
Akron. You talking about people who offer me?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Akron offered me first, then Miami, Ohio, then Toledo and Boston. They were the same day, and then last week I had West Virginia.
Okay. That sounds really good. Well, Shahn Austin, I really appreciate you doing this. It went fast. We did 17
Of
minutes,
course.
but I am so impressed with you. And you have such a high ceiling, a big future. Keep your head on straight. And I'll look to see you here this fall. Okay.
Okay. Appreciate you.